Falcons AP BREN for game number 1. Welcome to the English desk. My name is Ingan. Together with me is Leo. And Leo, looking at the lineups, what are your expectations?
Falcons AP BREN, shock and awe. Odd angles from out of nowhere. TLPH, as mentioned by Naisu and Rockhart, they gotta go fast, they gotta snowball out of control, but luckily they have a very reliable lineup. So with that said, I'm thinking both already know what's up.
Yeah, and looking at the keys to victory again for both of these junglers, crucial turtles will be in full effect here. Major factor. So whoever gets the first turtle will might dictate how the game goes on. If Falcons AP BREN gets the first turtle, you know Super Marco's going to be super confident in going for those outplay, whether it's in the gold lane or whether it's during those neutral objectives.
For sure. Real quick, gander at the items. You mentioned Super Marco. That's a lane that I think for sure wins.
Yeah.
Falcons AP BREN. Like, he can really give Benny Cutie a tough time, especially since the Ling rotates much faster than the Nolan.
Yeah, and, you know, for me, Super Marco, there's a big adjustment compared to his last game because, again, it was the Lolita and Hanami. He was literally in the middle of everything, unbothered because of the immune CC. But right now, these two gold standard, these two best of the best gold laners going at it. And this is what you're saying, Super Marco, he's really has the advantage.
Oh, look at that! We just barely caught the tail end of a drive-by on to Carl Teasy. What was that?
The Ling, this is what you were saying this.
He rotates faster. But
he rotates faster. He gets the kills faster.
Not faster than the camera. I mean, that's literally just a flick of the wrist for our hardworking observers and production staff. But wow, the one above all strikes.
Well, you know, if you're an observer, you really have to have fast hands as well. I mean, this is Carl Teasy, Kyle Teasy, the Teasies going at it again. And a beautiful off-cam kill for Kyle Teasy. On to
barely off
Carl.
Yeah, it's Carl. It's Kyle on Carl.
Yeah. And going back at the head-to-head, you can recall Carl Teasy saying, wait. Oh.
We'll talk about it later. Here comes the Dominator's descent. And the turtle going over to flap Teasy. And they commit the penalty zone. The glorious pathway dropped in. The reposition of the much larger, now smaller, Magnetic Spawn. FCAP walking away with a lot of wins here. 500 gold up.
M5 Finals MLBB picks up the first turtle for Falcons AP BREN. The clash is not yet done in the middle lane.
The flicker back by few. Idol na mga kids refusing to accept that his fingers are locking Zaman Force on the Marco. Pouncing away.
A lot of action right on 3 minutes in, but Super Marco says that he's not afraid of Benny Cutie.
Not afraid.
To take a stand.
He is rocking the Sky Piercer, so that shows that I am going all in. Tough boots on the way.
If there's an item built for Super Marco, it's a Sky Piercer. Literally bulletproof, unkillable. And we all know if you have the Sky Piercer and you don't have deaths.
You shouldn't.
It's a bang for a buck.
That is literally counterproductive to what the item is trying to do. About a minute until the next turtle, second turtle scored. Again, once more, upper quarter of the map here. Which doesn't really matter for Falcons AP BREN because, again, they have better rotational speeds. And so far, they have better map control given Fuse Luyi.
Yeah. I like that you mentioned that because apart from the Ling, there's also the Luyi with the crazy diversion plays. And if you know Few, El Capitan, he always knows where to place the diversion plays, the perfect timing, catching TLPH by surprise, even if they know each other for so long because of the numerous years that they had on and on and on.
That's why we call this a clash of the Titans. JP playing footsies here with Ogwin, letting go. Rather prioritize the turtle spawning at about 10. All right, quick story while we're waiting for this fight.
Okay.
Clash of the Titans comes from a personal story wherein, short version, I spoke to a person who barely knows how to speak English, and they said, Falcons AP BREN. Team Liquid PH.
I remember that.
Titans of MLBB. That's it.
You posted that for the glorious pathway from JP.
Here we go. Few. Stop the distracts, but then again the reposition. Carl Teasy falls. His former teammate gets the kill on him. Few. Trading out for Ogwin. 1-1. No retribution for Team Liquid PH. Sanford and JP pushing flat back down bottom though.
Marco.
Benny might take down Marco, but the bulletproof one refuses to fall. In comes Few to the rescue. Benny's still standing. The storm has been quelled.
El Capitan making sure that the bulletproof Marco will stay alive. Still no answer from TLPH as they try to get this turtle away from Falcons AP BREN. Glorious pathway is there.
Daddy JP laying down the cover. Thou shalt not pass. Much like Darth Vader said in
forward?
Return of the Jedi. Tempest of Blades up, taken down 40. Not that chunky quite yet. Ogwin taken down by Carl. And the trade, 1 for 1. TLPH walking away with a major objective. Now we're playing.
After a relatively slow start for both of these two teams, they gave us one hell of a long clash. Onto the bottom lane, onto the turtle pit. Everyone's really involved. But with that, FCAP still getting a win. 1.1k gold lead. Turtle will be secured by TLPH, but again, the kills from the Bees, from the Falcons AP BREN. I mean, Ogwin's ejector made even you jump. You were jumping already because of the amazing play.
Could have sworn he hit me. And again, these kills aren't coming for free. These plays don't come for free. Ogwin has to be ready to sacrifice himself. His flicker, as soon as soft cooldown, FCAP would do their best to try and get a play out of that.
Yeah, and I remember Naisu along with Rockart mentioning that TLPH, they're the ones who have a natural timer that they have to end this early because again, if the Athena Shield, the Radiant Armors comes into play for Falcons AP BREN, their power spike will diminish. And so far, Carl TC not off to a good start. 1-2-1. If you're Nolan, you'd like a lot of kills without suffering any casualties.
And so far, it looks like the answer for Team Liquid PH, the answer for the Cavalry, is to pressure Marco. And I think Marco knows. Look at that. See how far he's taken himself out of under the turret range?
Making sure that he stays alive. As
he's double laning.
Kyle TC, okay, picks up spear, a Great Dragon Spear here, so you know. Oh,
diversion from behind. Catches Benny Cutie, forced out of defensive. Diamond Force right underneath tier 1. Benny's dancing. Tempest of Blades here by Kyle, trying to get a kill. Finch Boys out underneath the glorious pathway. Flap TC might fall here. Kyle TC falls first. Sanji gets a kill. Now Flap running away. Flap taken down by 40. 2 free kills for Team Liquid.
2 kills to none, setting TLPH for this last turtle take. And what a beautiful, glorious pathway coming in from JP. Imagine the pathway plus the Zaman Force. Where would you go?
A sword and a carpet. A lethal combination from the Cavalry. The pendulum swingeth. The final turtle scored by Team Liquid PH.
The combinations of TLP. Imagine Zaman Force, glorious pathway, ultra slow. Not to mention Sanji with the Dominator's Descent, damage over time plus the slow. And if FCAP manages to catch a break and walk away, there's just Sanford gonna sweep them back into the dance floor.
It was a good approach. It was A for effort, right?
The
attempt. Again, an amazing angle. Oh, here we go. 4 members. The ejector on the 40. Can he get out of here? The glorious pathway set in. 40 taken down by few. Zaman forced the answer back. Flap DZ barely alive. Down he goes. Sanji scores another one.
Can Sanji dominate? Kyle TC.
Another one. Kyle. Finch voice in. Looking for a Tempest of Blades. There he goes. Blades up. Benny down. Sanji as well. Traded out for Ogwin. And Kyle, JP falls as well. Only Carl TZ stands.
What a play from Kyle TZ.
Look at that grave, just bodies underneath that turret.
Carl TZ, want to look at kill for looking at the instant replay, man. I thought the game was over, the clash was over, but Kyle TZ says no. As Leo replays the sounds there with slow motion. I mean, he wasn't part of the diversion play, but with the Ling, with the Finch voice, he was able to make it back. He was able to win that clash, wherein TLPH was supposed to win that because they lost Flap DZ. I think they lost another one, but Falcons AP BREN saying that we still the champs.
Yeah,
we still on top of the world.
It was a high-risk maneuver that could have really only been much cleaner if they juggled turret aggro better.
Yeah.
But I'm already just splitting hairs here. It was a great move. Like, they won that trade out, and they scored the push, and now this Lord here is looking, it's a little more green and yellow, if you know what I'm saying.
And most importantly, they were able to shut down Sanji, because Sanji so far, prior to that clash, 3-0-1.
Deathless.
Deathless, and now FCAP handing him his first death. Now the first Lord up for grabs for both of these teams. Look at the gold lead. It was a 199 for FCAP a while ago. Now it's back with FCAP. Non-existent.
Swingity swing. Swingity swing. The only real player who has no deaths yet is Bulletproof Marco.
As usual.
It would be best for him to keep that the way it is and figure out why exactly TLPH can find him. Number one, my my theory is TLPH is very honest.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, if they were to catch you, it would be off of a glorious pathway.
Yeah.
Or else a flicker.
Or final slash.
Final slash, exactly. That aside, Marco can just play with that range. Marco can just, keep himself scarce and then bite back when it's clear.
Agree, and in terms of versatility and with the setups FCAP, they have the flap easy penalty zone flicker, or even the ejector coming in from Ogwin, so they have a lot of variety when it comes to setups.
Not just, they have the equivalent of Batman prep time in MLBB. The diversion play, like they can just literally pick any bush in range and put 3 or 4 members in there, maybe even all 5.
Yeah, not to mention Kyle TC.
That
Doesn't
idea
even
to
have
do
to be
5.
part of the diversion.
Exactly.
Just did a split push on top here, getting a second. Oh, look at that Sanford!
Whoa! Suddenly, Ogwin got in a blink of an eye, and Flap TC trying to do some damage control. JP down to a 1/5 of his health, heals back.
Imagine. Terizla in itself is already slow in terms of mobility, paired up with the glorious pathway plus the Dominators descent from Sanji. I thought Flaptizi was going to die, but a beautiful pickup coming in from Sanford. And this is what you were saying. The setups are going to come from Sanford, but the problem is it's too honest. So he heavily relies on the flicker. Because without the flicker, FCAP could just really expect it.
Yeah, so now in hindsight, might not have been worth it. Again, that is the roamer. That is the Ogwin on the Jawhead. So that's the most expendable hero from Falcons AP BREN. But a kill is a kill. Helps keep the gold lead at bay.
Oh, diversion.
Oh, where's it going? Did they send Marco out?
Marco, two, and Few. I believe it's Few also.
Get out of there! Oh no, they're playing with it. They're playing with the range. Look.
Oh, I think they're waiting for one member from TLPH.
Oh, they're repositioning.
Ideally, it's supposed to be Carl TZ, but...
Oh, Kyle with the steal on the Little Wanderer! And they shut down in corner. The young goat, Carl TZ, didn't expect that. They didn't see that coming.
Diversion sandwich play from Falcons AP BREN. And now they can afford to send Kyle TZ up top to push and deal with the Lord, because Carl TZ not in the picture right now. That was a worth it diversion play.
What was it, like 10, 15 seconds of setup? That's worth it to take down Carl.
Yeah.
To make the split push all the more cleaner. Oh, here he comes! Kyle TZ, right in the middle of everyone, taking down JP, Tempest of Blades, answering. Dominator's descent, Sanji gets popped.
But here comes Benny Cutie.
Gets one. Benny going 2v5, not a good idea.
Oh.
Got a bunch of Falcons. AP BREN knows that the damage from TLPH could be real. Carl TZ just respawned. They're letting go.
Okay, Falcons AP BREN decided not to commit with the Lord.
Oh, wow.
Okay, diversion play. Oh, plus a
Good
good steal!
Finds Benny, dashes through the wall.
Purify!
And he's good. Final slash, no one home.
Clutch Purify from Benny Cutie, but this means Falcons AP BREN. A Lord opportunity is wide open. Ogwin still zoning out Sanford and Carl TZ here.
The burst down, 40 dashing through. That's the vengeance, Cyclone Eye in. Carl TZ looking for the cheeky retribution. Ogwin very low, Carl TZ in death's range.
Oh.
Down goes Ogwin. They lay down the glorious pathway. Few is out of the picture. Carl TZ does not beat Kyle in the retribution.
Oh,
Marco! Hunting down the young goat.
What an exchange! A 2-for-2 for the Titans. And Kyle TZ secures the first Lord. When you thought the clash is over, either Kyle TZ or Super Marco will extend the clash, and in that case, Carl TZ was the target. And now TLPH has to deal with the 3.6k gold lead that the Falcons have established.
Look at Super Marco.
Diversion again.
404. Death's not found. He's just going to keep on getting stacks on his Sky Piercer. And this Lord push up top. It's a Lord that jumps in. So I'm expecting FCAP will walk away with maybe both one inhibitor, both turrets in mid, and then maybe a kill or two. Unless TLPH has something to say about it.
TLPH, I know they have something to say about it. They can still defend this. Inhibitor turret still intact. But here comes JP, soak up the damage. Glorious Pathway will be casted.
JP putting up a wall. Kyle TZ coming through. Penalty zone by Flap. Tempest of Blaze up into the air. Someone forced the answer. Benny Cutie taken down.
Sanford.
Kyle TZ's out. JP as well. 40 still alive. 3v4. The defense of a lifetime. Team Liquid PH holding on. Dominator's descent. Pushing back. Falcons AP BREN.
And again, a worth it trade for the Falcons. Losing Kyle TZ, but in exchange for an inhibitor turret onto the top lane. Wanting to force a takedown again in the middle lane. I think they want to go for the end here.
They're all in. Base at less than half health. Minions getting cleared out. Sanford holding on to an ultimate. The final smash, the penalty zone, the answer back. Look at Marco taking down Sanji. And they're still going. Taking down 40 as well. The ejector on to Carl. Carl is holding on. Taken down by Few. The Glorious Pathway. Where's the punish? Very Cutie drops his out and force. Taking down Flap Teasy. Ogwin, Immortality out. Few still laying down. The spells, the free hits. Marco staying in range. The diversion play fainted out.
Here comes Kyle.
The base is regenerating. Kyle dropping from the skies. That's the last inhibitor pop down bottom. JP is down, serving up another kill to Marco. Sound Force in by Benny, the only defender left. That's a minion. That's Ogren down. Kyle TC, the rest of FALCONS will end it right here.